Okay, so this is remaining part of the previous clip that I posted. Like I said, it's my case remained extremely harsh, smear campaign targeted within communities, but it could vary from person to person. If you're a student, self-funded student, they will not only rip off your potential, your precious years, and your time and your other resources, but also your hard-earned funding that you got through any channel, through working or inheritance or whatever. Then they will put their resources in place at, for example, at university to declare you unfit to study, for example, using mental health system in there. If you are at work, they will put their resources in place to declare you unfit to work, to get you fired from the work, basically keep you deprived, keep you helpless, keep you completely isolated so they could target you easily. And using artificial intelligence, okay, what the background of the victim is, if he belongs to some religious group or if he belongs to certain countries. For example, in my case, I belong to Pakistan. So in United Kingdom, they had massive Kashmiri community and Pakistani communities, and somebody mentioned in their region in Mirpur, they have separate British consulate, so you could imagine how much influence and power they have in there. So they would think the victim is ruining their chances, ruining their image, or something like that, when this is not the reality. So they will put you on a secret community treatment order, which means they will try to disrupt you in the name of treatment, whatever, and then they will show to the world that it's being under treatment, mental health treatment, or they will keep you covertly or secretly incarcerated using psychiatric hold, using mental health system. In my case, in United Kingdom, obviously it was NHS. Then they will not limit it to that. If you belong to certain religion or if you came from certain religiously dominant country, they will use those religious fanatics or religiously dominant people who are there on any status, mainly refugees or whoever else is there. Then it's not limited to that. If you are there targeted and the perpetrators are there from your own background, who are living there for decades, for years, and who have strong ties in your home countries as well, they will destruct your immediate family, as well as it happened in my case, covertly, as a part of second degree torture. Then they will use you as a research project secretly for their students, for their communities, or as well as for any other training purposes. Any newly recruited personnel in security, in law enforcement, or anything like that, presenting you as a some scenario. Okay, if you are dealing him for such and such crime, that would help them to deal with the real scenarios in real life. And then for obviously testing different covert weapons, putting you through different secretly through different sort of clinical trials. Otherwise, the participant would have gotten significant amount of compensation, but the targeted victim would get only destruction. Then they will badger you for different things. Okay, gives you false hope, so they keep you running into the circles, make you conscious of something. Okay, if you would do that, you will get relief or you would get released. Everything would happen secretly and covertly. But in my years of experiences, everything is mocked. Everything is mocked other than abuse. Abuse would be real. So if you have a chance, if you realize if you're trapped, just leave from there as soon as possible, sooner than later. Uh, then they would use different minorities. It has other details how they would use based on religious benchmarks of it. Okay, to them they would present, okay, he's doing something against religion that would cause them at some problems at significant level, or that would ruin their image in the society or within communities. Associate incrimination using community members. This is because if the victim is able to relocate or leave from their location, they would still inform ahead of time to the next location, okay, he has this kind of incrimination, or these are the things this, which is what happened in Holland. First they detained, put me through covert castrations. Not only them, when they detain you, they invite other nations, other people who were after you. They would invite you to debilitate, to torture you, to destruct you. And then when they release you, they associate any incrimination, or in Holland, what happened, they associate any medical conditions or something to the next location in Switzerland. So they, put you through more injustices accordingly and cover up under medical conditions or medical reasonings. This has other details. Um, then if you flee from one location, in my case, as I fled from United Kingdom to the Schengen area, they would find some loophole in their documents, immigration documents, and based on that, or you don't have any place to stay, they're helping you to keep you in custody or something. But the ulterior agenda would be to put you through extreme destructions. In my case, obviously, gender mutilation and covert castration, chemicals, or using other techniques. It's easy to say, but imagine if went to these countries to make their lives better. They're not only ripped off in all areas of life, but their life has been destroyed emotionally and at physical levels as well. Relocation means if you end up coming back to your home country, as in my case, I was sent back to Pakistan. They have their embassies here. Their intelligence personnel, one or two or whoever, they would follow you, and then they would collaborate local authorities to put you through even more harsh conditions, or they would send their agents from the last location as a camouflage. As I mentioned, in England, they have a lot of people from my background, a lot of massive communities there. For one person, they would never care. They would do anything to destroy you to maintain their fake image. Uh, the time is running out. As I said, I have limited memories. Asylum in general means, at least in Western countries, in the light of my experiences, is handing over your entire life to their authorities. They will decide how you would live, how much you would live, or every area you are handing over. Obviously, people who don't have any understanding or don't have much understanding of those societies, they would never know what they've been doing to you in the background. I lived each day, every day for years, went through a lot of suffering, went through a lot of tormented pains and destructions. Then I came to know slowly, gradually what they are doing, and then I did my research, went through authentic references. Then I'm able to speak about these. Whatever I'm talking about, it's an amalgamation of my lived experiences and authentic references.